And he will play in the blue trunks, is picking the Burmese here. On the other side, we have BacT playing in the red and Ethiopians. We're playing on Arabia, map number 1, defensive gold, somewhat berries and wood close together. This looks like a very compact map, I have to say. Maybe something like walling off that side, and the top here could be an option. And the left-hand side is open gold. Those are records, which is quite unspecial or quite special for my channel. Normally I only do live games, but they were overlapping with ECL. I wanted to respect that, and therefore we will cast them afterwards. Hoffe, thanks for another 50. So many donations flying in. Love you all so much, helping me out to realize my project and supporting me so well. Eddie's map, not too great. I see defensive wood and defensive stone, which is quite nice for Mimis if he wants to go on to Rambai. Open gold spots at the side though, so that will be tricky. Maybe needs to tower this up. How about stacking a bit more money and have a hippo as co-caster? Ah, well, if we get to 200k, I will try to talk to the local zoo, and we will try to get a live hippo in my apartment. I think it won't be that cheap though. I'm not even sure if they allow it then. But if you then donate 200k for a hippo and I can't make it happen, I promise I will refund you. But yeah, I have a lot of stuffed hippos over here. That TaToH, for example, last time was cuddling with quite a bit in between games after he got owned by MBL. BacT with his houses here trying to zone out, could go for the bigger walls maybe in this area. Has a lot of space and controls the gold quite nicely, maybe a bit better than those open walls here. Shouldn't you root for your heresy team member? No. Honestly, I'm rooting for NAC2. And if BacT makes it to the offline finals, that's just so much better for the whole event than Edie here. Yeah, I love Edie as a person, and he would be like a lovely guy to co-cast, do some drinking games with Doubt as well if both make it. That would be so great, but for the tournament's sake, BacT might be the better choice and give those guys a better run. The last leftover tyrant from the old days. Only 100k, so no hippo. Maybe I can get, for 100k I might get a baby hippo. Let's see about that. My local zoo has baby hippos. I was there last summer and checked it. I'm not too sure about the quality of co-casting of those hippos though. Uh-oh, BacT, that could be some problem here. Oh, Edie. Well, he might assume that this is all walled off. He goes for those walls. No loom yet. Maybe BacT can have a good start here. 100k, I will steal your hippo for that. The last tyrant, that could be a movie. Oh, but Edie does not want to lose this villager and is 3/4 walling it. BacT could still be around. Edie at the same time pushing his deer. Did scout the boar. Didn't take it yet at pop 22. That's quite high. Seems like he thought it was stolen earlier, only sending the villager now. At the same time, BacT going up with pop 21. That kind of screams some M&A aggression to me. He's a guy who very often goes for M&A aggression, and I want to see this from him as well, because I feel that is something that could put Edie into a dicey situation. Who's now going for a second lumber camp, and I'm really curious how he will play the other maps. I did talk to him some before. We came up with some strategies, how he could maybe come up with some great ideas on Golden Hill. So I'm super curious how this will go out later on. Now going for boar number 2. Edie should have a lot of food. At the same time, BacT. He's not on gold. Pick up a rampage. Thanks for the 4-month. Not on gold.
Hippo casting up. Please nerf. Yellow Zell out.
BacT, is he going for scouts? Is that direct archers? 2 on gold? It can't be M&A. 2 low ones as well? I'm really confused by this. That's double archery range. That's low one. Okay. No golden combo here. Remember, those women, they get 100 extra food, 100 extra gold when they reach castle age. So he can build some... What was that? He can build some archers even though he went on to gold quite late. At the same time, we have 3 villagers building the stable here for Edie. So not making use of his +1 attack or his M&A just yet. Only 1 lumber camp, I see. That's quite a sloppy build up, and he will build quite tight walls here. I don't like those too much. He should go for more map control with the scouts first and then see how it develops. If you ask me, what did he see yet? He has no idea. Maybe he is fearing the early M&A attack though, and therefore try to adjust that way. Has very little idea what BacT is going for. BacT at the same time saw the stable, so he knows exactly what's up. And that's an early blacksmith here as well. So fletching could be flying in. That could be some nice aggression for sure. If you enjoyed those games today and want to see who else is qualifying, tomorrow we will start at 18 GMT with ACCM against Metal, and following that up by Stark against Whitecourt. Number 1 against number 16 seed there. And we will see who will advance there. So could be a nice interesting series tomorrow as well. Metal, well, I'm curious how he will play this out. That's a lot of villagers on gold already. Not a single farm yet. Oh, I stand corrected. First one flying in. And now Edie for the first time sees the army here and should be on his tippy toes. Boss, could be ugly. 1 spearman only. Would love to see a second one added actually. He saw all those scouts. Tower now coming up. Edie going for stone over here, and that looks like some scouts into potentially a Rambai. But how well will a Rambai deal against BacT's micro, and if he gets a lot of crosswomen out, could be tricky. First villager in danger here, 42 HP on that one. Tower goes up. Edie should be safe, but he cannot deal any damage, at least that's what I'm thinking. But oh boy, that would have been open. Ungarrisoning here at the front. Eddie's trying to fight down the archers first, which makes a lot of sense. The skirm isn't really frightening, and that was a pretty bad ungarrison here from BacT. He is losing everything. That is way more efficient than I thought Eddie will ever get any trades off. No spearmen around, and the archers completely, well, already in the face of the scouts. That was a big screw up by BacT. And Edie, well, he isn't fearing a big second wave for quite some time now. What happened with TaToH? Sadly, we had to give admin win because he couldn't come in time. His Ethernet cable was broken at the scheduled time, and we didn't have time to reschedule. He will fight through the loser bracket, or if he doesn't make it, through qualifier number 2 as well. Title is confusing, but I should say BacT versus Edie and Risky Dice versus Daniel. Yeah, I know that I mixed it with the German word there. Leider. Okay, some gold. The greatest mining camp, if you ask me. Like, especially like this villager is walking like 3 tiles. But it was 2v2. Well, then I would have said BacT and Edie versus Risky Dice and Daniel. Right? Right? Know the difference between and versus. It is such a doubt move. Actually, it wasn't a doubt move. He contacted me in time. Was trying to be up in time. Oh, but now the move into the tower. Edie trying to get the quick wall up. Will save some, but some scouts are going through. Archers are putting himself under the tower, and this will get tricky for Edie, who has very little to fight this off. 1 villager even going down here. And what can he do against those archers? I think he needed some more walls here at the front. BacT is trying to go for the kill. But a reasonable tower from Edie should make it safe for him. Isn't too far away from clicking up at the same time. BacT, well, only 200 food, 200 gold. Eddie has no chance against the Pumba. I love that. Oh, BacT. Market now. That's actually building number 2 for him. Have some opening here. Walls behind that. Might even want to delete a farm. Archer's trying to go for the splits. And Eddie is safe for now. Villager count. Only 1 behind. I didn't see. I think BacT did squeeze in... Wheelbarrow though, right? The dude. Thanks for the 4-month. And indeed we have wheelbarrow here. So nice advantage for BacT when it comes to the eco. Something we don't see from Eddie yet. Indeed. Uh-oh, and he's breaking the walls. And what did I say about he wanted to delete one of those farms? Let's see. That is open here at the right hand side as well. But Eddie's up for now. 4 and stone only. Means he can't build the castle instantly when he goes up. Let's take a look. He's trying... BacT trying to jump. But for now... Get another kill, and that's somewhat sloppy of Eddie. He saw it coming so early. Don't tell me he's sending the villager back! Okay. Numbercan loses in efficiency. BacT up to castle age 1 minute later. Military count 1 to 19, but that will change. Now 1 to 21. Okay, I thought he'd kill the scout, but the scout ran away. More and more archers coming over, and he has so many points to pressure Eddie. That will be tricky. Does not really have too much to defend this. If crossbows are running around behind this woodline, yeah, he still has some towers, but this is blocking so many farms. And Eddie, he loves to play arena because he wants to have the walls. Arabia will be tricky. And double archer range. Oh, yo. Eddie is going for the switch. He will try to counter with mass skirmishers. But remember, guys, Burmese do not have the second defense upgrade. So those crossbowmen, soon to be, will do a reasonable amount of damage against those skirmishers. Eddie, can he finish the wall? Doesn't look like it. Crossbowmen in here. Horse color for BacT. And finally, that scout killed. I didn't even know that BacT still had a scout. Military count. Oh, GG incoming, guys, any second. This is impossible to defend. No chance for elite skirm upgrade. And 2 volleys, those. Gets the hill advantage. Military count still at 328. All the farms blocked. Woodline is completely out of the question now. 1 night without any upgrades won't do anything. Eddie losing all his units, and this is sadly the one-sided game that we feared on Arabia here, but we will have better maps for Eddie coming our way for sure. He is now at enough stone if he buys 100 to build a castle, but BacT is getting all the upgrades. Population close to be doubled. BacT, one of the best players in the world for sure. Eddie, more of the one map specialist, and finished replay. Seems like Eddie just all that forward without typing the GG. Or maybe the Rectors and it did type it afterwards. It's the 1-0 lead here, and BacT is taking it over. This could be potentially the more one-sided series, as I said several times now. The series following this should be the more interesting one when it comes to how close it will be. KD actually pretty close, because he lost some archers. Against the knights, some against the towers, and some against the early scouts there, but villager count was pretty brutal in favor of BacT. Now Eddie lost so many in the end, and that was it for game number 1. How can I donate the first part of the 100k for the baby hippos? Sorry, Twitch is kind of new for me. You can scroll down, there's a donate button, and that allows you to donate with either, I believe, credit card or PayPal. Those are your 2 options. Next game, Pond Arena. Pond Arena got a lot of beef during NFC 1, and that's why I took it out of the map pool. We added Rehydration and Rift Island to the map pool. PayPal. Yes, PayPal. I think Eddie is tilted out of his mind. While Daniel will see how he will perform in the next game and how you will perform. Coke or Guinness? Pepsi Max Cherry. a shame that people don't like Arena. The problem with Age of Empires, in my opinion, is that it just is super boring in the first 16 minutes. I think something like Arena Castle Age start with mid resources could be super nice. Sub it out. Sub Autumn? Sub Autumn? Thanks for the sub, man. That could make it a bit better. And Arena is like just so much slower. Age of Empires in general just takes too long to be super aggressive. Remember, I did a tournament, Feudal Age start mid resources on open maps, and that was so good. Clash of the Hippo. If you want to see that, it's one of my most clicked YouTube videos. TaToH against Viper. It was an incredible series. Yeah. And yeah. Let's do another round of that. It is tricky for, yeah, with ECL. I will see if we can do like some promo matches, get 4 players to play in front of before NAC2. The tourney was great. Well, we will see what I can do. Obviously, I have all my hands full. I only have 2. You can see only 2. And have to organize so much stuff. And then I'm playing as well. It's so tricky. It's really not even first world problems, like 0 world problems. Are these games live or Rex? Those are Rex. But as I said, that's untypical for my tournament. What about mixed RM-DM tournament? Or is DM too much of a specialization? Those were never fun. We had those, but it was like all the DM players won the DM maps and all the RM players won the RM maps. So it was never nice to watch them play against 2 specialists. The only good games were like 2 DMers, but then the RM games were just horrible, and the 2 RMers, the DM games weren't really entertaining. So the idea was fun, but as a 1v1 format, it didn't work out. There were tournaments in the past though, where we had team game tournaments. RM, then only the RM players who played against RM players, and DM, where only DM players against DM, like War is Coming, or the old WCLs. And those were really good, because some DM was mixed in. CM's even still being played? Well, only if there are tournaments. Like, I think like 4 months ago, there was a DM tournament, the Legacy Cup 2, where they had an incredibly good final. It was me and Roomstack and Ortkut against TaToH and TheViper. It was a pretty good series. Yeah, we don't really need to talk about who won. Age of Empires won. Let's call it that way. Okay, and we can just jump into game number 2 here. It will be our Mr. Edie again with Italians against an interesting civilization. BacT playing the Vikings here, and we might try to figure out what happened here. If we just take a look at the civs again. So we have no more Ethiopians and no more Burmese from Arabia. And I think Berbers could have been the better choice here. Interesting that Italians weren't banned here. Should be the civ advantage for Edie. Let's see what he can do with that. And the good thing for Vikings is the galleys are so much cheaper, and if he gets onto long distance and can mash them, it will be just super beautiful for him. Problem is, he does not have fire galleys himself, and fire galleys 1v1 just kill the galleys quite easily. That's why BacT for the start needs to play very defensively, is taking this random engagement. Who's the better player? Is it BacT or Edie? It looks to me like BacT is winning. Oh, Edie is going back. He's pulling a villager here as well. Oh, that might be his loss. 9 HP against 9 HP. BacT, is he running away trying to take this fight again? Oh god, I have no real idea. Edie even sending 5 on wood. Oh, and Edie is the better player. I always knew it. The map is called Golden Hill. It's the love child between Gold Rush and Mediterranean. We only have very limited amount of gold, a lot of water in the center, and we are fighting for this nice area. We have some relics in the center, gold and stone to fight for as well. Only small passings. Game music. How do I turn this off? On. Not really, right? I need to have to listen to my voice. Sorry. Nili loves the word love. I love the word love. Will Koreans be banned for NAC2 again? As you already saw in the draft, they were allowed to be picked. And at the moment, yeah. Why should they be banned? During last NAC, they were just the most broken civ that we probably have ever seen in AoE history. AoE 2 history? Yeah, potentially. Maybe like Teutons at the very start were worse. Or what else? Chinese maybe? But yeah, Koreans just didn't feel nice at all. Koreans didn't feel nice at all. And that's why we didn't have them in NAC1 at the moment. They're more underpowered. Edie should be kicking up any second here. 14 more food needed. Drop it off, Edie. Okay. 10-2, not the greatest time. Could be a bit sharper for sure. Goes for 4 fishing ship. BacT 955. What's the issue about Pont Arena? The distance to water. Well, it's too long of a topic. We can talk about it in between games. I don't really want to go into a long discussion about that, but it's basically the distance to water and how the walls are generated should be more consistent. BacT going for the walls at home.
Let's go, baby hippos. Thanks for your nice streaming, Nili think.
Buckle muckle. Thanks, mate. Going for the split docks. Something... Question for Vikings. Shouldn't you have them all together? Just to group up a bit easier. We'll see. I think, honestly, if I play against Vikings and I win the Scout War, I think it's so much better to build the docks over at this side. There aren't any wolves in the center. You can just send one villager over. And then you have the short distance. Would have been the way better option. Something we saw Winchester do against TaToH in his show match on Thursday. Was a pretty nice play, and I think this could have been a good option here as well. No double blacks yet from Edie. I hope he's not forgetting it. Moment, just waiting for some more wood. Should be coming in now. Okay, looks fine. BacT going over to left hand side. And he is starting with 3 galleys for now. The question is, when is he adding the demo and how good will his demo hits be here in the long run? BacT didn't even push any deer, neither did Edie. So, not the perfect start. And that's why we saw the quote-unquote a bit slower timings. Canadian Ninja, thanks for the 10 subs. I will let it run through. We'll mute the sound though, otherwise you will hear a lot of cars going the way. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs there. And yeah, now we will see the first real water engagement. And yeah, thank you so much for your support here. Oh, first demo. Let's take a look. Can Edie dodge that one? Is going into it quite badly. And oh, that was already, it's a pretty good hit here. And that's 4 galleys against 1. And Edie needs to go back. Fire galley, especially against galley. Keeps on the production, and the distance seems to be long enough now. Blacksmith around as well. See how he will play the Scout. Scout at the moment for Edie, absolutely, well, idling. Weird mill positioning. Oh, well, okay, I can see it. I thought build it over here to be closer to the deer, but he built it in that direction to be closer to the shorefish, which is the fastest food in the game, as we all know by now, because every caster is always mentioning it, as is big demo hits, and that was a double hit. Oh god, Edie just losing so much here on HP, and he needs to retreat, needs to repair those, because they cannot engage with that little HP. What a beautiful move here by Mr. BacT, and this looks good for him. Going back, one villager there, ready to repair. Eddie sending some fire galleys around, trying to fight off against those fishing ships. Or actually, it's not really fight per se. Oh god, and now fishing ship number 1 sniped, and all of those will go down. That's just so ugly. And he needs to retreat even further. Tricky stuff. And BacT knows what's up. He's sending some to the left-hand side. No, he is trying to re-engage the right-hand side. Okay, that could give Eddie a small moment for engagement. Does prepare anything for land? Not really. Going for the repair for now. 2 fishing ship. 1 shorefish only though. Villager count dead even. Now we have some engagements over here. But fishing ship now with 5.81, only taking 1 damage, and well, more damage is what the fire galleys are taking against the normal galleys and the demo rafts here. Quite nice action. Not microing back too well here is Mr. BacT. That's enough. Oh, nice trap here at the side. And Eddie, that looks just perfect for him. Oh boy, I didn't expect BacT to be out of position so heavily. Not a single demo around, and that was like 3 galleys lost here. Demo raft now trying to chase this down. Eddie, he needs to split this up. Oh god, he's eating a big one again. Oh god, this was not connecting perfectly, but the second row damage was just so nice. The AoE still did quite a lot. Villager count still kind of dead even. Either villagers here for Eddie quite a lot though. And why did he have villagers in the TC? Felt a bit weird. Another demo. And Eddie with a very one-dimensional, quote-unquote, composition. Only fire galleys for now. Will make it tough to engage once all the demos are out. That was actually a fine trade for Eddie. 1 for 1 there with a low HP one. At the same time, I saw a lot of resource juggling here on the side for BacT. And that means he's up to the castle age. Tries to go back now. Do we see more demos? Yeah, 1 more demo, even 2 more demo rafts are coming. Let's take a look at how good the hit will be. And Eddie's trying to disengage, and a triple kill, or maybe that was a double kill, and that one was killed by the other galleys. Those hits are just too good for BacT here for Eddie to really have a chance. Every civ has demo rafts except the Koreans. That's correct. Nili, if you are playing a non-mirror match on water with Mongols versus Portuguese, for example, could it be worse to start with a galley to snipe fish? I don't think so. Because you're falling behind in water too much. Who won ECL? I don't really want to say it. Please PM him. Because this will go to YouTube and other people might not have seen this. X. Whispers, thank you so much for all who, well, stayed silent there. Although I know that probably 90% of you did know the result. So, good chat. Good chat. Losing a villager here. Eddie on the way to Castle Age. And, well, what did I say earlier? Eddie will get tricky for him on water, but he is a guy who will make something on land happen. Honestly, that looks like a monk rush to me. That's so much on gold. Hallelujah, guys. That's 15 villages on gold at the moment. Water will be completely lost, but his wood is safe. His farms are safe. Gold in the center is safe. It's not too bad for Eddie. And if he gets like 8 monks and they outrange the war galleys in Castle Age, he can make something happen here. Eddie, I think he is clearly behind, but now he should be in his comfort zone. Oh, look at how well BacT is doing this. He knows he could get a solid hit off, but he is even saving it because both of the fire galley had so little HP. Beautiful job. And Eddie, I'm expecting massive monasteries here. Maybe even go for 3, or he goes for 1 first. Can get all the 6 relics in the center. Oh, wait. It's 7 relics? Okay. Oh, it's 6 relics. Maybe it's randomly created. And Love to see more. What is he doing at the moment? Eddie, where is his view lock? Okay, some more villagers scouting that area a bit more. He's actually still doing something with dogs? No. Only one monastery. He's trying to redock. Oh, he wants to go for landing. Oh no, that's a mistake, my friend. Why would you try to land? You can just go for the path. Let's go, mass monks. Oh, he might go fast imp here. No, he goes for Boso now. And an extra TC. BacT at the same time, his eco should be so good. Free fishing ship still working for him. Has all the upgrades here. Hand, cart, and wheelbarrow. Since he's Vikings. And now is adding TC number 2 and 3 horse color. So we will see a lot of farming. The transporter. But why is he trying to make something happen here? This will be tricky. And that's not what I advised him. I said attacks on land can be defended quite easily. Because first of all, they can get spotted. In this case, Mr. BacT has no idea. He's going for some longbow. So and if he spots this, he will just snipe down the transporter so easily. And look at that. He is seeing it now. Sees the villagers. And Eddie is in a world of pain. 6 range here, first conversion, transporter trying to dodge some, is getting 1 conversion, so good for him, and is getting the monk out alive as well, so that was actually working out pretty fine for Mr. Eddie here, who already picked up 2 relics for himself, not another TC, and something we need to mention, the amount of gold, you see, it's not that much more left, so eventually BacT needs to make a go for the center. Oh god, transporter now going around with 1 villager and 1 monk? That's a weird choice. Weird choice. But BacT knows what's up. Building outposts, going for town watch. He's expecting the landing. Redocking the right hand side. Love that. Trying to make the food eco a bit more efficient for himself. Beach workshop now at the left hand side. And he landed. Longboats around though. Can he maybe snipe the transporter? For now they missed the volleys. Transporter down to 45 HP. That's 3 more volleys if all of them hit. At the moment it's only the side arrows hitting. And transporter easily down. Monk, can he get a conversion? Not really. But what did I say earlier? It's so tough to do some damage because look at that. Now he needs to run through that choke. It's easily walled off as well. It's somewhat like Baltic here. Once you're spotted, it's really tough to break through, and those longboats are just killing the villager and the monk now. Shouldn't be the problem. No ballistics here. Missing so many shots. It's just ridiculous. 6 HP on the monk. Oh, what is that? Tried to wall the monk. But everything going down at the same time. Eddie, now he's the one juggling with resources. Needs to send in some more Monka ass to get the relics. Now up to 5 here. And he will go up to Imperial Age. 650 stone for him as well. And I want to see an aggressive castle. And maybe later on a push. He is controlling the center. This is pretty sexy for him, honestly. Only behind by 14 villagers. Only, quote unquote. Fish though. 14-4 BacT as well. So his eco is just out of this world at the moment. But in the end, gold control might be what carries Eddie to victory. Solid eco though. And triple archery range. So we are expecting skirmishers? Question mark? Can't really go for arbiters with that small amount of gold, right? Skirm ram could be an option. I'm curious. And it will go for monks. Good choice for him. What is next map? Cross. Nicov now hosting. Hello everyone from Nicov. We are trying to find out who is going to NAC2 in an event where Nicov is invited. An offline event happening in Germany, Hamburg, in February next year with the beloved Nicov. BacT on the way to Imperial Age. Goes for more longboats. I question that choice. Does he really need more at the moment? Maybe some demos could be better. What is Eddie going for? 7 relics working for him. He has to be in his comfort zone. Fletching now. Maybe he will tower himself forward here. And indeed, BacT is going for crossbows. And look at that. He's now out of gold. It's 1.6k more gold. Whew. Do Vikings get elite cannon galleons? Yes, they do. That's why full water control is pretty good. But it's tough to micro them against 13 range monks and maybe bombard cannons. Take a look. Oh, Edie should lose this monk though. Trying to micro back. Still no ballistics as it seems here. Edie, can he get some conversions? That's something that BacT maybe shouldn't really do. That will be at least one. Let's take a look. He is losing some of the monks here. But some of the longboats already converted. Tries to go for more conversions. Oh, wasn't the greatest efficiency just yet. I'd only lost one single monk. That's so weird. And killed 3 longboats? That was actually quite fine for him. You see that repeated over and over again? And it will be fine. Now going for some dog sniping. What will we see? Okay, that will be massive rams and arbalists. Now we see the thumping and crossbowmen. We need to see something on land here. Maybe 2-3 mangonels around. Maybe some bombard cannons. Something to deal with the incoming ram push here. This BacT can be just super deadly. He comes on with all the rams. BacT's gold count. Let's get an update there. Roughly 900. Capped rams. He at the moment has 6. Edie, does he have any idea of that? He sees the siege workshop. He should have somewhat of an idea. 1 mangonel now goes for university. Illumination and bracer. Should see it quite early. I think maybe even a stone wall wouldn't be too bad. Goes for another castle at home. Interesting. Maybe expecting a landing over here. Would be a reasonable choice for sure from BacT. Wheelbarrow! Only here now at the 35-minute mark. When in doubt, Edie wins the people. Water arena. Chemistry for both. More capped rams. This will be tricky. We need, I believe, way more mangonels here. Did he lose his mangonel? Okay. 1 mangonel still out. Needs like 3 or 4 if you ask me. Attacking to chemistry, wants to go on to bombard cannons. Maybe cannon galleons could be an option for BacT pretty soon. The traps at the front, trying to snipe something down. Calm before the storm. Now has 1k food. Siege ram upgrade on the way. BacT has 500 more gold left. Now deleting. No, that wasn't deleting. And Edie is wanting this at the front. He's playing this pretty clever if you ask me. His macro is so bad though. Actually only, what, 5 idle villagers? Okay. He just sent them over. Now a dog. If he gets demos out, that would be so sick. Okay, give me some bombard cannons now. Second siege workshop. He has chemistry. More walls would be nice. Or fortified walls. Okay, now the longboat sees everything. He sees all the rams. The rams are coming in. And he needs to hold this. He needs to go for the biggest hold of those games for now. Arbalest upgrade is coming in as well. A lot of conversions against the longboats. The siege rams, not a lot of support with them at the moment. The villagers could maybe even go for some fighting. We have 1 mangon on the back, cannon galleons, 2 for now. Longboats, what is Edie going for? No demos just yet. For now, he's somewhat holding, converting more and more longboats. Eddie's doing what he can to hold this off. Bombard cannons, they can maybe do something. Castle surely in danger though. Oh, this is intense. BacT, he is 40 pop ahead. What can the monks do at the moment? Kind of out of position. Mangonel getting solid shots off. The traps completely out of position. Monks, they need to start converting. Edie not really having the clicks at the moment. And the castle is just going down so quickly. Bombard cannons didn't really adjust there. He was just out of position. He had them earlier, so I'm a bit disappointed that they didn't shoot properly. And, well, Arbalests are now eating big shots, though. So that's pretty good for Edie at the moment. Population difference still around the 40s. Edie didn't use his dog at all. Villagers around, but all the Arbalests died as well. Now adding some more skirms, and Edie is typing the GG. I think a bit early, honestly. He could still fight off all those rams. He didn't use his villagers. And Vike on Arabia. Yeah. So what happened there was earlier BacT picked Vikings on Arabia and then asked Edie, oh god, I didn't really want to pick those. Can we restart? And Edie said, yeah, okay, let's go again and you can pick another civilization. And then he went for Ethiopians. And Vikings against Burmese could have been so much better, and any other tip here for against Edie with Italians would have been better for him as well. And that's what he ranted about. So nice move by Edie, allowing BacT to repick his civilization, not going for the strong, like, oh no, you picked the civilization, you had to go for it. But cost him, well, his civ advantage for sure, and maybe in those two games. He had the bombard cannons out. If he positioned them a bit earlier, maybe a bit better micro, shooting down all the siege rams. I think he had the option, maybe more walls. He saw the siege workshop, maybe some walls in the front. Could have been Edie's option. I felt he had the shot going for the full defense. What a shame. Yeah, BacT won the water, which was just because of a bit longer distance. And then the great micro, nice demo hits for him as well. 7 relics working for Edie. Which account in the end, somewhat even. But Edie, that hold. He was close. He was close. Yeah. Okay. Civ picks. We're now out of Vikings and out of Italians. Next map will be Cross. Why do we have... Oh, Edie went double border Civ. He went Italians and Japanese. Okay, what are we going for now? We kind of have to say... that's interesting. Japanese are very good on Cross, but Spanish? You don't really want to play them on Gold Rush or Acropolis, right? Huh. French dandy. A composer of great songs. Interesting. We'll be back in 30 seconds. I'll give you live updated brackets once the series finishes. So I'm like caster, organizer, and babysitter of the bracket. So since I believe no one streamed them live, it kind of makes sense to not put in the result. It will happen though that I won't cover every series, and therefore we'll update the settings even if I didn't cast the games. Why not just pay Robo $4 an hour? Maybe I should do that. Hello Nili, noticed there was some cars I haven't done a mix for, just saying. Well, you included me in your, like, original awesome mix, right? Yeah, speaking of this one. But welcome, and we will jump into game number 3 here. Eddie, for now, 2 games down. Last game was damn close. Let's take a look what he can make happen here. He will play with the Spanish civilization and is probably trying to make something happen with conquistadors. But, well, if I had to name you some units that counter conquistadors pretty well, it might be the camel archers of the Berbers. So, kind of fortunate civ pick here for BacT, but, well, Eddie didn't have the greatest options. Perfect weekend. First ECL, now this. I was super happy as well. I spent 7 hours watching ECL today. The greatest cast of Team 90, Killer B, and Barbecue Turkman. And, oh god, I ate so much. Really craved while watching all this. And now I'm going to the front as well. And trying to provide you with some entertaining 1v1 actions after you saw some team games. This villager already starting to wall. It's quite early. As you can see, Eddie, he is scouting quite a bit around his map, not really trying to figure out what the opponent is going for. But first of all, try to make sure where he walls himself. BacT building a dog, Eddie building a dog, could maybe catch this village off guard. No looms so far. And Eddie, well, he needs to run. Is close to his TC though. Why is he fighting? 10 HP. Well, he is fine for now. But, well, BacT can just go for the next villager. Eddie taking another some fights and will send in yet another villager. Okay, now Scout is going back. And, okay, one random house in no man's land for now. Just unfortunate. At the same time, BacT, well, he will have his first fishing ship out before Eddie even finishes his dock. Now sending one in. Don't tell me he will lose a villager. This would be so sloppy. Okay, now he finally scares the scout away. That was just ugly. Ay, ay, ay. Mikip Mai. Did he just Google translate something in Vietnamese? Now Eddie housed. He built one at the front. Going for the next boar, and the big walls are starting, so he will go for conquistadors. Question is that really the best option? Well, we'll see about that. Eddie's fluent in Vietnamese. Ah, that makes sense. Uh-oh, Eddie. Oh no. We'll lose the scout one out after running into the TC. And he's walling off, including the gold. Don't really like that. An archer, a tower, some camel archers could just prevent him from ever getting gold here. Why did BacT back off? Surprising to me. Maybe thought, okay, Eddie had enough HP to get home. But, oh god, BacT. He is playing this with 20 villagers up. And that will be, I believe, early scouts. And he will really pressure. BacT, what is he doing? Trying to send a villager and try to sneak a dog, guys. For everyone who doesn't know this map. We're fighting for the 4 pawns in the edges of the map. I think Eddie will be walled though. It shouldn't be an issue. Or villagers should be scouted at least. Look, will Eddie see it? He should, right? Beyond! Oh. Oh god, don't. No, don't! Don't tell me this is happening. Okay, no, Eddie saw it. I wasn't far away from playing the Mission Impossible music. Dim, dim, dim. No, that was Mortal Kombat. Da-da-dum. Ah, I'm so bad at this. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, I really shouldn't do this. BacT is fine off, and he runs 10% fast as well, so might get a dog up here. Oh, and look at that! Edie is trying to block the dog positioning. Oh god, okay, the villager gets in anyways. But that was beautiful. Edie was sending in the fishing ship to block the spot off. That was just genius. And the second villager coming in, and this is impossible for BacT now to wall himself in. No, doubt quick walling skills here. Well, he is outrunning him still, right? He still might make it. Just run over here and then pull the gate. Okay, but regardless, Edie is up. We saw the stable from BacT. The question is, will he send villagers to the front? BacT, well, he is in feudal age. Edie, 6 villagers he had because he didn't even click yet. Try to get some more quick walls over here. And he only needs one. He only needs one wall. I think he will do it. I think he will do it. And Edie, he is not feudal age. BacT, oh boy, this is so ugly. And now the fishing ship under out. Oh god, guys. This is just... Out of... Oh god. And Edie, he is dark edge. He cannot do anything. And one single fire galley can kill everything now. And oh no! Guys, and he's moving out with 2 villagers, one of them low HP. Now he's open. And we'll lose that. Oh god. Oh god, he got. 1442 fuel edge timing. Oh, okay, now he's walling in his villager. Ay. Okay, what can Edie do on water? Okay, goes on gold there. At least he walled behind there. BacT, I'm expecting him to take a lot of care of all the pawns down. If he has 3 pawns to 1 pawn, or it might be even 3 pawns to no pawn. What is... Oh god, no. Now even towering the stone. Oh god, how bad can the game go for Mr. Edie here? Spotting all that, still gets the dog up. After he kind of walled everything, now the tower, he needs to go away from stone. Okay, he can build a defensive tower, or maybe he can even rush this down, rush properly. But simply losing, you're fully walled like this. And then a guy just walks through the middle. It really was Mission Impossible, guys. That's ridiculous. And now he might lose villagers because of fire galleys doing damage. Oh god, he might even lose. So let's take a look. Can Edie wall this off? Maybe he can. Okay. The most ridiculous thing is if he was to build a transporter. But no, he just outruns villager Edie. Okay, he gets the kill there. And Edie even kind of crushing his own pawn now. Builds a second dog. BacT, can he get through there? Don't tell me he can wall this again. Oh no, the villagers blocking each other. He can finish the wall. Don't. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. We once again. And now a second dog. What are we witnessing, guys? This is just ridiculous. Oh boy. Okay, the villager. Okay, Edie is going for the kill. Oh, is he? BacT, micro back. Oh god. Okay, this fire galley will get a medal. He killed the enemy champion. Oh god, what a game. Meanwhile, we have the scouting market at the left-hand side. Yeah, F in the chat, guys. Pay respect to that villager. She really did her job. Okay, at least. But Edie is investing so much. Well, he can get up to Castle Age at a reasonable time still. Oh well, reasonable time. I'll take that back. Not even having the blacksmith. What are the scouts doing at the same time? If we really pressured the side, Edie, well, that villager could die. Pawned over here. I want to see BacT sending a villager over, but we will see BacT. He even clicks up to Castle Age 2 seconds earlier. Edie is playing, I don't want to call this FC. He's playing a C. Waltz into C is the strategy. Because there's nothing F about it. Okay. Oh, don't tell me the fishing ship. Don't tell me he's going to. Oh god, he is even getting a fishing ship there. BacT, well, he just goes for demos against the fishing ship. BacT, by the way, he didn't wall that much. He's playing this pretty open. I want to see one day in my life. I want to see like the ultimate mind game. And Edie has 2 archery ranges around here and is now coming in with 10 archers. Like Spanish archers there, doing the job. That would have been just the craziest thing. Okay, triple pawn now. But Edie is contesting the right one. Love that. Left one going great for BacT though. And the demo, I think just going for the fishing ship could be the right option. That lands for BacT, maybe add 1 to knight if he wants to. Very low on gold here. I think he bought some stuff, right? Well, just he investing it. Oh. What is the demo about to do? I think luring it away with the fire galley could be nice. Maybe even instant. Okay, no, he's going for wheelbarrow first. War galley upgrade. He's still contesting this water. Would maybe lose the dock though and then force to ungarrison before the war galley upgrade finishes. We will take a look at that. 45% and the dock, well, it will get ungarrisoned. Yeah. Okay, where can you go? Don't chase this down. Okay, BacT. Okay. It's still okay-ish for my thing. Okay, well, he can still snipe some of the fishing ship. An okay job here for sure. Only 1 left. And this demo could maybe go for some more hits as well. Can you go for the triple kill? Not yet. Castle up. And then we will see the jump. Oh god. Demo. Solid hit, but doesn't really matter. He doesn't get another demo out. Okay, finally, at 22 minutes, Edie is in control of his own pond without a single fishing ship. Fishing ship count 12-0 at the moment, but he will contest the right-hand side pond. At least that's something going for him. BacT has all the vision in the world, even Outpost rushes him at the side. Conquistador count at 2. Before the Camel Archer production starts, Husbandry and Bloodlines soon on the side for BacT, who is 4 villagers behind but has wheelbarrow for himself. But still 10 villagers ahead. It feels bad, but honestly, this is a spot where you even could instantly delete your fire ship because, yeah, no one will ever contest that water again. Okay, Edie won that one. Tweet for him. And archers, they could obviously be pretty efficient once they get ballistic as well. Against conquistadors, you can't get that. No bloodlines from them yet. I don't even see barracks or stable. So husbandry out of the question as well. Fletching flying in for our Vietnamese player, who is only 1 game away from making it into the round of 8. Or like winner bracket round of 8. It's still the round of 12 overall for him. An advance without a single loss series. 3 conks on a mission, and yeah, if all of them hit, they will one-shot a villager. And let's see, 2 kills already. I think this could go up to 5, 6 maybe. We will see. Make it 4, make it 5, make it 5. Okay. Hotcan arrow on the way for BacT. More cam archers from him. Controlling that left-hand side, love that. Outpost at the right-hand side, so he will always see the conquistadors come in at all times, and he should be doing quite some damage against Edie, who still is without a stable. Is 6 villages ahead though. Mogi, I'm staying at Tunis. Oh, solid demo hits. Tries to go for another one. Oh god, and Edie right-click the dog. You never want to right-click, you always want to click just slightly in front of it so that you take aggro once the ungarrisoned. And he's winning that fight. Dog is going down though. That's still some investment. At the same time, we have some land engagement here. And those camel archers should do just fine. No ballistics for them yet. And no defense upgrade. The first one only finished now as a research. And look at that. Like, if I showed you a screenshot of this only, like conquistadors, all dead villagers, not a single farm, nothing on the woodline, you would have said, okay, BacT lost this game. But actually, he's in an okay spot here. 10 to 5 fishing ship for him. Could really abuse the left hand side a bit more, but Edie, well, he's around this and he knows how to micro those conquistadors for sure. As 2 TCs for now. Now goes for the stable. Could be something lovely for him. BacT. That's the defense end. At the moment, is he getting wood at all? Not really. Second castle for him. Tricky spot. Oh, even fishing ship getting sniped. Edie! 5 ahead in military. Ahead in, well, working fishing ship. Either fishing ship isn't listed here. On Edie, he's microing this quite nicely as well. Oh yeah, BacT. Well, he isn't doing too well. And I thought camel archers would perform better against the conquistadors, but Edie, he had the better numbers and BacT engaged there a bit too early, if you ask me. Losing yet another villager. Edie, he's still in this one. Score, extremely even. Other circumstances. Bloodlines. Now for Edie, so can tie the fights even better than he did before. 5 conquistadors in the back here and could, well, raid the wood line. Will be tricky. Maybe sit behind here, Cannot really close the distance completely. And archers now going for the attack though, but where can they attack? Not into those stone walls. Where's Edie moving to? Oh god. Look at his gold amount. Look at his stone amount, I mean. Good. See, another castle. Maybe pressuring that right hand side. I think he will build it at the front to protect his gold though. As a long-term plan. Ballistics for BacT. That should make microing a lot easier here. And now you can just patrol in and lose yet another villager. Archer production. Double castle, so nice for him. Where did Edie build his second castle? To protect the gold at the front. Somewhat, yeah, kind of what we expected. Maybe rushing to Imp could be the next step of Edie here. 10 range is just so good for the castle as well. Protecting quite a bit of the lumber range. Or lumber line. Testing the left hand side pawn could have been nice. BacT for now not really going for it. Edie over at the right hand side, and at the moment it's somewhat 2 against, oh god, but we are losing a lot of conquistadors here, and this is impossible to microwave from now against ballistics. Yeah, this is just brutal. Not even having husbandry here, Mr. Edie. Brutal stuff for him. He is getting away with at least 3. It's more than I expected for a moment when they were so close together here. Oof. Castle will finish. Oh, didn't even get that one. How did he survive? Where is he? 6 HP. Edie going for the ram push. Oh, I didn't expect that. That's not the typical Edie move. The typical Edie move would be like rushing to him. Uh-oh. And where's the answer to those? Not really existing. And that will be a brutal raid here. And Edie, where's he moving in? Into 2 TCs and some camel archers. That's a risky move at the moment. No real reaction. He's losing so many villagers on the gold. Camel archers even splitting themselves off. Edie needs to pull all of those. Even looks like a misclick. Yeah, misclick. You see all of them lost their resources here. None of them had food, so no drop off there either. And this is just ugly for Edie, who is now behind by roughly 15 villagers. Will lose some of his fishing ships even. And 15 idols as well. For future, do you need to research heresy at all times in each game to stay in heresy? Yeah. God, Mogi. Sometimes you are so funny, and then there are times like these. Okay, villagers not really knowing what to do with their lives. Oh, many villagers not really working at the moment. 16 villagers behind. Magnals aren't really too good against Camel Archers. They even survive a full shot in their face. Some repair though, tries to engage, but against the hill, and that amount of Camel Archers will be tricky. And he's even splitting away from the Magnal shots. Beautiful move here by BacT, who will not even eat that shot. He's just playing this so well. I think he will get cleared up. It's just too heavily outnumbered, but still did quite a fine job. Has a lot of Camel Archers still around, and will get more stuff done, even on the way to Imperial Age. At the same time, Edie, 100 food, 100 gold. This is not looking pretty for him at all. What was the point of that fight? By whom? By Edie to clear it up? By BacT? He didn't have anywhere to go. He was completely stonewall in. If he doesn't fight, he loses everything without doing any damage. So it was kind of a fight both wanted to take. Edie to get BacT off his back. And BacT because he was kind of forced into it. And bring now. And it will just get ridiculous. Does BacT have any idea about the siege workshop? Yes, he does. Not having anything to defend that though. Rip that scout. Edie going for the push. Solid timing before Imperial Age upgrades of BacT could kick in before Racer. Is moving in with 6 rams. Could be good timing. Maybe some patterns. Could have been a nice addition. Probably would have died on the way to it there. Let's take a look. BacT is going for some interesting gates. Blocking all that center area. And look at that. Even garrisoning and ungarrisoning the villagers. And those gates are just so beautiful. This one is getting built by the villager behind there. Eddie is going for a personal snipe against that one. And, well, didn't buy too much time here. Camel Archers should just focus down the Conquistadors, go for some repair here. But even if he loses that castle, it's not the end of the world. All the Conquistadors will fall. Maybe the castle falls as well. But BacT has another castle to fall back onto. Continues to repair. Not really. All the Conquistadors are dying. And after this fight, Edie will be left with 0 army. Maybe 1 castle will go down. But Edie knows he cannot contest this anymore. 3-0 for Mr. BacT. And he's advancing into this quite nicely. Solid performance by him. Somewhat what we expected. Game number 2. It felt like Edie had a good shot here. In this one, everything was just going wrong. Simply like GG'd by 1 single female villager. KD in the end, somewhat even. Edie did get some nice snipes off. BacT's eco was just extremely dominant though. And the uptimings, look at that. 1443 feudal, 2012 castle age. That's just not really competitive, my friends. Not really. Okay, then what do we do now? I will go and update the settings and we will start into the next series. It will be Risky Dice against Daniel. Seed number 7 against seed number 10 to 2.3Ks. Risky Dice probably the best player from the USA. Risky Dice for sure the best player from Japan at the moment. I will give you a hype song and we will be back in 2.5 minutes with my voice as well. Get hyped. Time for hoodie off. Okay, then let's take a look. We will have the same 5 maps again, since this happened in the same round. And we don't really know what the Civ bans were, so we just have to go with those options here. As you know, those are recs from earlier today that was overlapping with ECL. So Chart has clearly the better water Civs. So Golden Hill, he is well set up with Japanese and Italians, unlikely that both of them were banned by Daniel. Daniel has 2 method Civs potentially, or a lot of strong horse Civs, Slavs, Huns, Mongols, Magyars, Spanish there. We'll see about that. And on Risky Dice side, we have some counters to that. Kamayuks, I see 2 Camel Civs. Britons is something we didn't see too often. Franks might be a good Acropolis choice as well. So I'm really curious how they will play this out. Ah, I ban Japanese Incas? Good that you are around. Japanese Incas and T-ban Spanish Mayans. Ah, that makes it so much better, guys. Lovely stuff. Okay, so Aztecs still left. I don't understand how you can get hyped by this song, Nili. I pity you. What's the elos of those players? Like 2.3k on Boobly. I could look up the exact numbers if you want to. Like Boobly, or let's go for 1v1. Yeah, okay, let's go Boobly. Ratings, random map 1v1. They should be pretty close together, both of them. Where's Daniel at the moment? Ah, okay. So, we have Daniel 2-2-45 at the moment, and Risky Dice has 2 nicks up here. Put his chart nick 2.3k, and Risky Dice was 2338. for everyone. Those are kind of the more unknown players here, but yeah, seeds 7 and 10 when it comes to rating. So that's going to be sick. How does the second player qualify for NAC2? Same bracket. Everyone is allowed to sign up, and probably the winner, like the leftover player that got second place, will get a win. And there are 15 more players that will also, yeah, play in that bracket. If you played this bracket, you are allowed to play the second qualifier as well. So it will be, I expect, pretty similar players. Maybe Slam will be added. Brew said he wants to play. Who else? Another Brazilian player that didn't make it in. Who am I missing? Huh. If you could join, yes. Yeah, I initially planned Goku. Yeah, Goku wants to make it into the next one, yeah. Rio won't make it, no. He has university at that point. Why is Doubt Winchester 1-0? Because Doubt had internet problems and we had to give admin win. Fire and Goku team game in real life? Well, we'll see. We will try to be at Rocket Beans again. And could see some team games there. Here at my apartment, I will only have spot for 2 PCs though. Serbian internet? No, it wasn't Serbian internet. It was his son plugging his Ethernet cable in and out and broke the router, from what I heard. Or like the internet box, I believe Doubt said, or something like that. Okay, let's change the title. Risky Dice versus Daniel. And I'm really curious. I'm not sure. I think I've never casted a match of any of those two. Chart, like at least in 1v1s. I casted some chart games in the old Nations Cup of Japan. But I think I never casted a Daniel match. Oh, maybe at Alliance. Maybe at Alliance I did. Or ECL. Okay, I will empty my bladder and then we will be back in, I'd say, 1.5 minutes, and then we will start the series, guys. I will give you another song of my people. Oh yeah, that's a new one, guys. Most of you might not know it. Hold answer, thanks for the sub here. Guys, we are loading into game number 1 and will be again played on Arabia. Southern Civilizations. Ah! Previously launched game is still running. Okay. Sorry, Age of Empires. Can hippos get rabies? It's an interesting question, I don't even know. But yeah. Thanks for your concern. Down vs Winchester only one game? Yes, admin win. Doubt could make it. Okay, guys. YouTube intro. Pro streamer. I don't understand that weird smiley after your sentence. Can we have a command for the doubt stories? Sure, write something up, PM me, and I can edit. But honestly, like in 2 weeks, everyone in the world will have asked the question. And then we don't need it anymore. Oh, I didn't realize I was sub to Nili, pro viewer. Absolutely. Oh, GM, that's a troll. What's up, Hippo lovers? Welcome to NAC2-Qualifier here. Risky Dice against Daniel, 2 of the lesser known players. And we will see them battled out in a best of 5 as well. They are roughly 2.3k, both of them. And I'm really curious how they will play. And we should instantly jump into this one because the action already started. We have Aztecs player, Mr. Daniel here. And he is blue against green. I think we can make that happen, yeah. He is already stealing a board. He's playing against Burber's Risky Dice, who's trying to chase the board, but is out of it. And stiff. It's another troll. Nili, can you show the artist behind the songs? I don't know, but in my Discord, someone uploaded the last song just like 3-4 days ago. I can look it up after the game. Nice that the first picture we see is an eagle stealing the board. Indeed. It's something you only see over at Nili AOE. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. Okay. Pretty beautiful board steal here. Let's take a look. In general, the map's somewhat open. Yeah, a lot of wood at the front here, but somewhat at the front and oof.
But nay.
Not too happy with this map. Gold's reasonably close. Stiffy finally with the sub. Long time lurker, long time troller. And finally, short term contributor. Thanks. Here. Not too nice to be pushed for Mr. Risky Dice, and the big question is, what will we play? We have a solid defensive stone, berries, and woodline. Golds can be maybe secured by some walls, but then we always have to fight against that hill. In general, the gold spot's not too nice for him. Dice not with the greatest map. Since those are wrecks, we have not included the restarts to, well, have just game after game. Everyone has one restart in the best of 5 series, and oh, we won't know what's that about. Green versus blue, is that so bad, guys? Give me some feedback. It's still the time where I feel I could go for a color switch if you want to. Could go for blue against red. I like to switch it up, but green, I can see the reasoning why it's not so easy to see on the minimap for sure. Daniel pushed 2 deers already and is now going for board number 3. What is he going for? Can't see green. Team colors. Okay. Keep the colors, says one guy. I'm going back. TC, please. Yeah, change green, please. Fine. Green hard to see. I don't know what's going on. Disco, disco, partisani. Red, green, red, green, red, green. red, red, green, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, blue, green, blue, red, red. Someone just typing 2 question marks. Well, guys, you know, I was a primary school teacher, so repeating this is quite important so people realize, okay, if he keeps repeating red and shows me this has to be red. That's how it works, guys. Learning colors with Papa Nili. Okay, 10-12, 10-15 uptimes, both playing Pop 22, but I already hear military being produced out of our ads taxpayer, who's not on gold, so kind of indicating a 3 M&A aggression. Maybe we'll add 1 spearman as well. Adding some farms, should have a lot of food rolling his way. Drunk Nili is best Nili. Why are people saying, yeah, he's taking drugs, he is drunk? This is my normal me, guys. But I can understand your concern. See an instant M&A upgrade, and let's see. Could maybe do some pressure for now. Risky Dice didn't wall this at all. And we see exactly what I wanted to. Double bit X as well. 1 villager kind of exposed here at the site. And because he had so much free food, even went for 2 lumber camps with men-at-arms up. Build up. Something we don't see too often. Horse cutter now flying in. Oh no, don't tell me, Daniel. Oh, Daniel doesn't know about this wood line. Look at how unfortunate this is. Oh no. That's just so weird. And that's why he's going for the backwood line, and that should be walled off in time. No attack yet. A farm is flying in. Was that a misclick? Do we see a house? Number 2 is needed. Okay, walls this off. Okay, all fine for now. First scouts are out. He's going back now. Spearman. For now at home, archery range being queued up as well. Sending 2 villagers on gold. Tries to be aggressive over here at the other wood line. I would have loved to see the spearman go aggressively though. He knows his opponent is most likely going for the stable approach here with Berbers. And now he would have gone for the gold as well. Now he knows it for sure. Spearman, is he moving forward? Not really. 2 archery ranges, 3 on gold now. Keeps up the pressure. Does not want to take any engagements. Okay. Oh boy, is taking the engagement and will take 1 kill against the scout. Will get cleared up though. I'm not sure if Risky Dice really needed to take this one. Maybe could have pulled some villagers and tried to buffer a bit there as well. That was 2 scouts lost, which he surely could have loved to see. Well, would have loved to see in the late game as well. Now going for some more. Now he's getting chased off quite a bit. I think he didn't really need to take this engagement so far off. Maybe he feared, okay, Spearman is coming over any second and wanted to fight before that. Well, he won it in the end. Not a lot of losses. Well, 2 scouts. Spearman, which came over, also is bringing Tinanu. Metal in the chat, a guy who plays at 3 GMT. That's in 4 hours against ACCM. Also trying to make his qualification through here. Archery range for Risky Dice goes for skirmishes. What does he see for now? He saw the archery range, so knows what's up, and now walls big time at the left hand side. Didn't really have any big forests close by, even taking 3 villages to wall this off, and then wants to defend the left hand side. At the same time, trying to go for a raid against the gold spot. Lost some HP for his scouts earlier, but 4 scouts should kill that 1 spearman. Daniel spread thin. And first hit here, going for the full HP one, and that is a kill without any losses. Quick wards around, sweet drop. Will we see more? Yes, okay. Sweet drop by Mr. Daniel. Not taking any villager losses here. Woodline should be ward in time as well. Archers defensively. Edie at the bottom with all the resources. Has some army around blacksmith here. And will go for fletching probably, to give his skirmishers some more firepower. No reaction yet on the wood line. That seems to be still open. Oh, now it is for sure. Spearman scaring those away. Villagers walled themselves here. Daniel so far with a nice reaction. And the villagers here, sadly. No aggression. Risky dice. He will be super safe. We need to go for one archer range as well. Is warding the left hand side. And will feel safe. Feels like the time where maybe pulling some villagers onto gold would be a reasonable thing. Spearman, where did he go? I'm a bit confused. Did he die? I also saw a villager go down. Archers have been fletching. Can he get one kill? Will he get a hit? No. Those archers get away, and we are going into a longer game, I feel. It's too much on wood and pretty inefficient at the moment from risky dice. With that 5 on that wood line, and over here we have 14. Really wants to send some villagers over, maybe even to gold. Scouts still active. Archers could maybe even deal with them. Very low HP here. Could maybe micro a bit more, trying to run around. Some of their friends are over helping, but now skirmishers and Mr. Daniel, he has no answer to those. Is he building some eagles? Yes, he is. So he will have an answer to the skirmishers. Ungarrisoned one. We'll send a second one. But now Daniel can just go back, honestly. One villager behind. Both now with the wheelbarrow timing. Really doesn't want to fight this off. Where are the eagles? One still idle. Archers. He really shouldn't take this engagement. Skirmishers. Their only purpose is now to chase down the archers and do some damage against them. Doesn't really want to fight against those skirmishers. MBL did see that you can lose eagles against skirmishers in the Hidden Cup final against the Viper there on, I believe it was gold? No, it was El Dorado. But numbers aren't really on the side for Mr. Risky Dice to make this happen here as well. Daniel now we'll go forward, and second stable from our Berber player. So we'll transition into a lot of knights. Makes a lot of sense against an Aztec player, who then probably will switch into pikeman and monk aggression. Mining camp, not the perfect placement if you ask me. Maybe one tile away. Could have been a bit better there. Skirmishers still around. Maybe could have kept them at home and safe just for later fights, if you ask me. But no one is. On the way to Castle Age now as well. 26-second window. One more, or one less villager for Risky Dice. Should actually have one more. The 2 villager difference. What do we see? We see wheelbarrow here against. Oh, can I check this? Against wheelbarrow for Daniel. He's solidly ahead in villagers. 2 villagers plus wheelbarrow. And the Aztec eco. Impressive. Oh. And I see precisely will be 9th till 17th of February. Saturday till Sunday. Lots of villagers on gold. 2 barracks, 2 archer ranges. That would be a big mix of eagles and crossbow pretty soon. Let's see. Won't perform too well against mass knights, and well, a third stable kind of is indicating that we might see mass knights. I like that. You don't see it, but I'm smiling at the moment. I think this is a good choice. Crossman, Bodkin arrow on the way. So is Boarsaw. And we'll see TC here at the front as well. Lovely stuff. Want to see the Eagle Warrior upgrade, maybe some more upgrades for them. Risky Dice, I want to see him inside his walls as well. 15th February is my birthday. You have a girlfriend, that must be nice. He's expecting so much on Valentine's Day, and if you give her a nice Valentine's Day, she will always get heavily pressured into making it an even better birthday for you, right? Must be nice. Opening up more knights here. Let's take a look. Risky Dice. He has an idea that the crossroads are coming around. Beautiful anticipation here. Could have lost 2-3 villagers, and we'll lose 0. That was nice. More knights for him. Should just accept the army here. Sending the villagers over. I like this at the moment. Goes for husbandry. Just group up. Get massive knights. Wait for him to break those walls and then take the fight. But at the moment, it will be against the hill. Runs around with the knights, wants to take the hill advantage. Daniel, is he moving in here? No, he is going back. Military count on this side for Daniel, but that's only numbers. The firepower is really coming from those Berber knights. Quite an interesting game, and I love when we see different army composition, different civilizations here on Arabia. What a lovely game so far, and I'm expecting quite nice compositions. Maybe, could you make an argument for elite skirmishers? Or do you want to go into janitors anyways? Eagle production continues. Now, pikemen added. Maybe third barracks could be an option if you don't want to produce more of the archer ranges. Knights, they will instantly break through here, obviously. Gates are pretty bad when it comes to their armor. That house is a dream idea. Knights now going through, and they will do some damage. For sure, forging coming in, and oh, he didn't even instantly go for the gold spot. Maybe even loses only 2 villagers. That was kind of okay for Daniel. And he's building a palisade gate again. Why not a stone gate? You're on stone anyways. Uh-oh, but he will be trapped. Why did he go in? Oh, the other palisade gate here at the front. Risky Dice. Okay, needs to take an engagement here against the pikemen. Forcing Daniel off gold for quite some time. Villager count 6 more for Daniel. Yes, 3TC is running for himself. Open woodline here in the back. Maybe Risky Dice could commit here. Going for knights and skirmishers still. Or he didn't really reproduce skirmishers. Looks like he will go for camel archers. Did do. The stone upgrade has 6 on stone for now, even adding more. Nice quick walls here by Daniel. Absolutely bulletproof. Knights now cleared up without any more villager kills. That was very well done by Mr. Daniel here. Military now double the numbers for Daniel. 10 villagers ahead as well. Risky Dice not in the most beautiful position I ever have. Ever seen someone. How long will he be streaming? This best of 5 series till the end. So 2.5 or 4.5 more games. Daniel now on the side. With the, or maybe I'm even feeling maybe I will play 1 or 2 1-1s after this. Why no Monkas? Monkas are pretty immobile, and he wanted to put on a lot of pressure early on. This siege workshop though, if he's trying to push here, a monastery could really be nice. I think he should have only queued up 1 ram and build a monastery at the same time. Going for ballistics now even. Does he have enough crossbows to justify that? Oh yeah, he does. So that makes sense. Now Berber player with a lot of knights. That's confusing to me. Why does he have 3 monks? Huh. Where's Risky Dice building his castle? Over here could be a good option. Protecting his gold, maybe over here though, because there are 2 gold spots. And his relics soon to be. He has very little vision. I don't like that. An outpost over here, an outpost over here would be a nice option. Eagles now easily snacking all those skirmishers. They won't do much against all the crossmen. Now pikemen around. +1, +2 on those. Monks are losing their lives, or at least 1. And that's a pretty big army. 53 here is forced to build the castle over here. That leaves him exposed at the other side. Mobility problems will come in for Risky Dice here potentially as well. +2 attack now even for Daniel. And he is pushing up this hill. The monks are getting sniped. That will be a fight that Risky Dice will clearly lose. He's only taking it to secure his castle going up, which he will. And he's killing a pikeman running out, but that was it. And now Daniel, he's just playing ping pong. Aggression at the left hand side, now aggression at the right hand side, and there's no defense, no chance to go for castle. Risky Dice, he had the resources to go to Imperial Age. That wasn't the right stuff, my friend. Oh boy, this will be all the villagers dead. Will lose his stone, will lose his gold as well. Some villagers trying to save himself, but that castle, that TC is done, my friend. Villager advantage will even increase. Look at overall population. That's ridiculous. 145 against 80. Needs a stone wall behind that. But the Rams, they can pressure this. And where is he going to him? Uh-oh, 12% here. I think we might even see some pressure on his main TC. I was at 600 HP. If he is getting an SMS now, go for it. He is going for the imp. In this TC, he might kill the TC. 30% though, but he might not know it. 11 military. Won't really do much. Reinforcing with houses. Oh, he's going for the kills. He will get him, guys. Okay, but even then, what is he going for? Camel archers? He didn't produce any yet. 50%. Castle's going up. I think he won't commit. That was a weird move. Why did he go for... He didn't see the castle. Why is he going for the kill against all the houses? It makes very little sense. Nice quick walls here. Did send a lot of villagers. Military count just brutally in favor of Daniel, who is now clicking up. Was a bit late there. 2 minutes behind. Oh, tries to go for some more map vision. Wants to get some relics for himself. At the moment, 1 relic to none. Is controlling this nice area, controlling the stone and gold. That means probably no more castles from Risky Dice. So actually, he could afford a 3rd one. Another barracks. We'll be expecting a big eagle push to continue. And a lot of pikemen as well. Risky Dice. I don't know what I would recommend for him. Camel archer. He's going for cavaliers for now. Maybe he can get some raids in before. Tricky spot. He's getting a very fortunate extra gold spot for himself. Must be nice. The raids here at the front. We see gate locked and the repair is starting. Bigger warriors trying to scare the knights off. The Rams actually doing quite a good job of clearing a lot of houses. But well, we have 2 castles, we have some TCs. Not the biggest issue then. Reasonable fight for Mr. Risky Dice, but look at the score. 6.9k to 5.2. And he's now coming to, or getting into Imperial Age as well any second. Rams are getting cleared up. Quite a sloppy play from our player in the blue trunks, but not so important. I think Arbalest alone could kill whatever Risky Dice is coming up with in the next 2 minutes, I'd say. Oh, running into the hill. He has ballistics. Okay, what is he going for first? Traps. I want to see Arbalest. Okay, plate armor. Oh, he's building a second blacksmith. Love that. Market as well. That's so much army, guys. 81 military. How can he kill this? Don't see that happening. Elite Eagle Warrior upgrade as well. Well, that will be stopped for now. Where's the golden come? No gold here. That's somewhat in the forest. Not too great at the moment. Actually has some of his opponent working for himself. But those eagles, how can you stop those? Don't really see that happening. Pikeman going back, trying to clear up that hill. Some barracks now. Mass eagles, mass crossbowmen. Still no upgrades on those. Wanted to go for the eagles, which makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, and it feels like risky dice. Just thinking about taking an engagement. Has 80 villagers against now a maxed out Mr. Daniel. Going for arson, going for tracking and killing all the cavaliers over here. Pretty easy engagement for him. Can go back. Castle is going up. And it feels like risky dice maybe only waiting for the +4 defense and then he will move in. Another trap around. HGG, well, it kind of feels like it. Remember, people know what's on the line. They want to fly to Hamburg, want to play in a $5,000 tournament against the best players in the world. And yeah, flight expenses, hotels, all the food. I can understand why they're maybe staying in the game a bit longer than necessary. It's the first game for them in this tournament as well. Bracer now coming in. Eagles not too well positioned. This could be a good fight for risky dice. But overall, counts are still 180 to 120. Hill advantage working well for Mr. Daniel. I think Bracer, was it cancelled here? No Arbalest still for Daniel. And he lost this fight significantly. But pikemen are around. What is this? Is this an extra TC? Is it a castle? Extra TC. We get a big raid over at that side. That was stopped as well. Maybe risky dice fell. Okay, that was a good fight for me. But that was only one. Pop difference now up to 50. Camel archers only +1 attack and the risky dice he sees. It's too many fires to put out. And he GG's this first game. Arabia and Daniel, our overall seed number 10, I believe, is taking the first game here. Finally, yeah, it felt a bit stretched. We can all agree on that. But as I said, it's so much on the line for those boys. In a rated game, I would have flamed them. Oh, why are you still in this game? It is over. But tournament games, you want to squeeze out the last tiny bit of a percentage that you feel you might still have. And that's what he did here. TaToH offering some co-cast, so yes. Oh. Actually, I'm a bit tired. I think I wouldn't do too well with the co-caster. Let's do another time. Lovers. Somewhat tired at the moment. Wouldn't work great with the co-caster. Okay, so yeah, he sees, he says, I'm trying to be energetic here, and he says like, yeah, I see that you're tired. Ay. Okay, then let's take a look at the leftover civilizations here. But yeah, TaToH will come over at other times for sure. And okay, no more Berbers and no more Aztecs. Next map will be Golden Hill again. Mongols could be a good option for Daniel here. I think Mongols could be pretty good. Italians kind of has to be the civilization for Mr. Chart here. Has to be Mongols. I think so as well. Vinch on Thursday played quite a nice game with Mongols as well. And against TaToH on Thursday, that was quite lovely. Oof. I'm really excited for this tournament. Where the Chinese players, it is Chinese New Year at NAC2. So they can't make it. We will have TaToH another time. Sorry for this one. But yeah, I'm already pushing myself with coffee in here, and I just know myself well enough that when I get really tired, I'm not a good caster. Yeah, I'm not good company. What are your thoughts on ECL finals? You have to specify that question. I'm happy to see the Chinese teams perform so well in ECL. It felt like it would go like always secret against AM, but we didn't see that yet. So they are pretty good. Yeah. Okay, then let's jump into game number 2 here on Golden Hill. A pretty interesting map. And we've seen a lot of different approaches. Most of the time, water wins the game, but we've seen some land shenanigans for sure, making good stuff happen here. We have Daniel indeed going for the Mongols, so has to be very aggressive here on water. Put on a lot of pressure against our player from Japan. It is Mr. Risky Dice. Did you enjoy the finals, Nili? Well, the problem is that I always know the results, right? So the games were pretty good, yeah. But it's just so tricky for me to be so involved in the community and not get spoiled because I'm talking with so many people over so many games. Like what happened, how they played. Yeah. So I think the games were great for sure. By the way, how big is AV2 community in Japan? Not that big from what I know. They had some good Nations Cup teams, but not too many players. And well, there's one Japanese streamer, right? Noboru. And he didn't have the greatest viewer numbers. So there can't be a big supporting community. Guys. What did we say about Mongols? We said they had to be picked because he needs to go up very quickly and put on the pressure, right? What helps putting on the pressure? Short distances. This stock isn't really aiding that. Maybe he thinks it's the left-hand side. Oh, well. Yeah, he could not really know better. Huh. Well, it is, if you see this map, a pretty unfortunate positioning for him, because it's just so far away to attack Risky Dice, who will have the cheaper uptimes, the cheaper tech in the harbor, the cheaper fishing ship. So a lot of stuff going for him. Mongols only really counting on their faster uptime early on, and won't really be abusing this too well. And going for too many sheep here as well. I'm quite confused. What is this, guys? Huh. 921 from both players. Nice start from Mr. Risky Dice playing Italians here. Absolutely love this. And yeah, I said it several times. More of the unknown players, we don't really know how they play. But, well, now we know that he for sure has a solid water build-up Dark Age in his repertoire. Only 3 on gold. That's not a water build-up, my friends. Oh, we'll win the scout war as well. Risky Dice running away. Both will have the same feudal edge timing. The dance around. Where is the villager? Oh, he wants to build it very aggressively. He wants to go for the sneaky dog. Something that I said earlier Eddie should have done. Oh, Risky Dice is doing a bit better. He was down heavily in HP and suddenly is only down by 1. And yeah, well, he is leapfrogging forward, but tiny steps. The distance was just so unfortunate. 2 villagers to build the dock. 6 and 7 HP, that's so sloppy. Oh boy. Why would he go with the lowest HP villagers to build that dock? Ay, 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 ay. And Daniel, where are his waypoints? He sends one here. The other one is over there. So we'll split off his first fire galleys. And we'll build a third dock to split that off. He didn't go for a double BacT though, right? Pretty sure he missed that. He has a lot of food as well in the bank. I think he missed double BacT, guys. Uh-oh. With some problems if he doesn't notice for a long time. The only Polish player I've seen so far. Oh! There was only 1 point away for a Polish player to make it in the qualifiers. It was seeded by rating. It is PL Balz or Tia Haribel or something like that. It's other nick. He's even streaming. So there are some Polish players. They actually had very good players in the past. Siamczek or Peel had a great team. One of the best teams around like 2004 to 2009, I'd say. So you're just a bit late if you wanted to cheer for other Polish guys. Just 8 years late. Oh, first one of Daniel, not doing too much. We still have the only kill was this scout, and that's a lot of damage against Daniel here. Scout still around, has a good idea of what's up now. It's a lot on gold. How much gold does he have? 130. Third dock was quite late. For now, not a single kill on water. That's engagement Daniel could take. Those 3 docks make it tough to really have them positioned together too nicely. He can go for the aggression, can split around, put on the pressure. But it's tough to organize this. Who are you rooting for in this match? No one really. At the moment, I'm just rooting for high-level games. They don't even have to be too close, but I want to learn more about the players and really see them perform well to keep my hopes high for the next rounds. Because I believe the winner of this will play against BacT and the loser against Edie. And I really want to see 2 great series there as well. And for now it looks like they are okay-ish on water here. And no, their build orders are playing with a lot of aggressions, and those are the real first engagement. No double BacT. We can check that in a second, but I feel like Daniel is missing it, yes. That's a rare thing on this level, to not have this researched. But so much a tower now. I think he could have built this even closer. If he built a tower there, it could have been even closer if you ask me. He's going for the ballsy move anyways. Oh, this is a 3v1 attack. Good stuff here for Daniel. Now he's splitting this off. A demo coming around. That could be a big hit. Let's switch over into the point of view of Risky Dice. And he will eat a full one, I believe. Well, at least one against the fire galley in the center. And this is good stuff for Daniel at the moment. At the same time, he's retreating here, but saved 3 of his fishing ship. Military count 8 to 7. And suddenly the tower could help out. He at least could always repair the fire galley here now, and this is a tricky spot. This is pretty nice. Also controlling the center. In the long run, we are fighting for all this gold and stone, so I love this play by Daniel. Where's his fishing ship? Are they safe? Well, they are far off. And now the tower helping out. Not the greatest damage dealer when it comes to dealing constant damage, but still makes it a bit annoying. Take those engagements, a lot of repair here. Villager is still left with 35 HP. And now into the tower and safe. That's just a scout. Those are the fishing ship for the guys who were a bit scared of the minimap. This game reminds me of Winchester against TaToH. Me as well. I like how you barely remember to breathe when you cast some intense actions. Yeah, it's not too good. Sometimes faint a bit. Maybe in my earlier life, or previous life, I was a horse racing commentator. Like, Risky Dice on the place. Followed up by Daniel. Now taking the next corner, it is Winchester. Winchester, he's coming in, and we will see TaToH, he's closing down. On the place, we have Risky Dice going forward. Daniel is chasing, and we are going to the finish line. It is Risky Dice, he's going forward. MBL chasing with more fishing ship. He's going in there. Fire Galley to the front, and it is MBL to the finish line. Or something like that. Maybe I did something in my old life. Oh god, that's an engagement. Some demos could be so good here. Why is the demo not engaging? On here, good, that's good. Oh, this was a heavy demo. Heavy demo hit. Nice, sweet stuff for him. KD 10 to 10. We have Risky Dice with 2 more villagers, and he is only missing the market. Could have clicked up quite some time if he did that a bit earlier. Oh god, some open mill here at the front. What is MBL doing at the horse race? You don't know what I meant? Oh god, okay, well, I will stop to tell you what I was just referring to. So in the trailer, right, I will mute the trailer even here. So this is like highlight scenes from players, and MBL has the highlight scene here that he's chasing with fire galleys, and I was referring to that. Look at that big demo hit from Liereyy. Jordan, micro over here. MBL chasing with fire galleys. And that was what I was trying to refer to. Yeah, okay, we're continuing here. Oh, big demo hit over here. Oh, and oh god, that's the wrong scene. My bad. And yeah. So that's why I included MBL, because it was chasing down with fire galleys. I hope you have somewhat understood that. It's weird if people come over and that's the very first stream they ever catch of me. They think like, why is this crazy dude on drugs all the time, and why are like hundreds of people watching this guy? How can people willingly go to his apartment, staying over there for 9 days? They have to be even more insane than he himself. Very close castle age timings, by the way. 5 seconds different, so virtually identical. Stonewalls here at the front, I love that. And Daniel, he's heavily going on to stone, so maybe even an aggressive castle could be in question here. I've been watching Nili for months and I still feel this way. What can I say? Guilty as charged. German accent type. It's a mixture of having braces and my German accent. I think it's less than half a year now. So I'll lose those as well. That could be so nice. Oh, another tower. Daniel, maybe it will just try to tower this up. Not go for a castle. Big demo hit. Oh god. Okay, not the worst ones. He lost 1 and took damage with 3. Could have been a total kill. No switch into galleys yet? Yeah, that's not a great play. We can agree on that. They both needed to switch into galleys faster here. Demo hits. Are some demos in production? No, not really. And that's just something he needs to disengage. Yeah, nice observation for sure. Why is 2 and 2 not that common to see? Well, it is the part of ECL as well. There are 14 events, and I believe 3 of them will be 2v2. To maybe somewhat answer your question, after I refer to that 2v2 Nations Cup is coming up pretty soon with great signups such as MBL and TheViper teaming up. And I believe like Vivi and Tim, for example. That, well, you have the decision. Okay, do I want to see 1v1 or do I want to see a team game? And if you decide I want to see a team game, well, then you want to see 6 or 8 players spelling out, right? If you have the option. And 2v2 just feels something in between. Some 2v2s are also 1v1 twice on some maps and some scenarios. Nicov teaming with Black. I hope he's teaming with Twig. But on Talk of the Empire, he said they don't know each other too well. I'm not sure if that is an option. By the way, I didn't give you an update on the landing over here. We have 4 knights out Going heavily onto stone. Is he himself at home here? He's got a risky dice. Water control now heavily in favor of the Italian player. 18 to 9 military there. And center control will be lost. Knights now coming and oh boy, only one layer of palisade walls. Will be tough to rewall this. Then villager is going down here for sure. And GG even from Daniel. Hi. Okay, let's check by the way. Did he go for do we need to switch point of views? I think so, right? Mongols. Yeah, we have to go into his point of view to see that. So Daniel, and did we see the wood upgrade? No, he didn't have double BacT till the end of the game, and this is a 25-minute game. So that really cost him. Then the split dogs, risky dice having a better civilization as well. So a lot of stuff going right for him, and therefore we will have him on the scoreboard, evening out the series. And we will see at least 4 games. For all the Acropolis fans, you should be happy. Are you teaming Jordan? I asked him, and he started laughing. I'm not sure what that meant, so I will ask him again. But I think it's unlikely. At the moment, he only has very limited time and really likes to play a lot with his secret boys. So I think ECL has the high priority over the 2v2 Nations Cup. Civilizations. Let's take a look. We are having no more Italians and no more Mongols. Cross Huns are pretty good here. You can control a lot of pawns. Can still go onto land quite nicely as well. Would be a good choice. Then Magyars for Acropolis and Gold Rush Slavs. I like the tips here for Daniel. On the other side, I see probably Britons on Gold Rush, Franks on Acropolis, and therefore Malians on Cross. I could go with that. My hoodie, or my shirt, seems to be green enough for my green screen to be detected. Oh, I could ask Donnie. That would be nice. Better take it off then. Ah, I see what you tried there. There should be a lot of 2v2s on YouTube, yeah. Let me think about it. Clash of the Hippos never 2v2. I did one 2v2 King of the Hippo event, like 2v2 v2 v2, and always fighting for the monument in the middle, 4 qualifiers, and all the final teams went into the finals and fought it off there. That was pretty nice. A one-day event. Can you link the trailer, please? Exclamation mark NAC2 will help you out. I will give myself another treat, and then we are jumping into game number 3 here on Cross. The winner indeed will play, let me take a look at that again, against BacT, and loser against Edie. 4v4s are nice as well. I tried NAC before. It's not NAC, it's NAC2. And no caps lock. Donnie carried on Friday versus Nili. He did? Didn't they lose a 3v1, if I remember correctly? Didn't Nili go into a talk show? Or into a show in front of thousands of people watching? Just commented, or was commentating out of this world, and then casually won a 3v1? Maybe that happened. Yeah, I'm really happy with Samurai Force as well. I even made up a resolution for myself to go on to more demonstrations myself. I am number 2 in Germany. Perhaps. You think you would qualify for NAC2? No. Absolutely no chance. Like, by rating, I wouldn't even make it into the qualifier. Like, the rating cutoff was 2160. And at the moment, I'm like 2120 or something. So I like needed to point trade to even make it into the qualifier. And then I seed 16. So I will play seed first. It's just no chance. No chance. It's even unlikely to win a series in both qualifiers combined. Can he beat Bob the Broccoli? I can, I believe. Does Risky Dice have an alias? POJ chart. Okay, and we are going into game number 3 here. We're playing on Cross, and we have Hunts against Malians. Some lucky prediction by me. And we have Daniel going with a lot of villagers on wood. 6 for now. So that will be some fishing ships for sure from him. And on the other side, Malians only 4 on wood. This is chart playing. Yes, it is. Last active players from Japan. Yeah, Fire and Doubt are most likely to qualify from the qualifiers. I honestly feel Miguel has better chances than Fire. So my favorites at the moment are Doubt and Miguel. Melko is completely off for me. He was kind of my dark horse, but he just heavily underperformed. Those maps maybe Star could perform. I just don't see Fire like really preparing and really, yeah, be thinking about great strategies. And we will have 2 maps that aren't figured out yet with Rift Island and Rehydration, right? And Fire looked weak in the drafts as well. So, yeah. Will be tricky, but yeah, Fire is clearly one of the top 4, top 5 to make it, right? Yeah. BacT is a strong contester as well. It will be tricky. 3x Tyrants for sure. Either villagers into the sea here. Daniel? 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 Okay, okay. Knocking twice helped. We have a lot of walls from Mr. Risky Dice. Even quick wall the outside, and now the villager is trapped. Does not want to get dog sneaked like BacT was able to against Edie. Jubin, I'm not sure if that's a timeout or a ban. Let's go for a ban. Let's go for a ban. Will Slam play in the second qualifier? I hope so. I think he will. Okay, walling off that side now as well. Seems like everyone will have his own pawn for now. 4 fishing ship against at least 6. Looks like Daniel will go for archers. On the other side we have some on gold here, so Risky Dice. It feels a bit like archer against archer. Shouldn't have a single village on food then, because your fish should carry you quite nicely, and you can really add a lot of stuff. What was he banned for? For what he wrote. I want to see Best of 21 by Nili again, and T90 commented by Doubt. Well, at the moment, I'm thinking about the idea for NAC2 to have a fun day. Like one day where we will only do stuff like Doubt and Viper. One guy is doing mouse, the other keyboard against MBL. And Liereyy, one guy is doing mouse, the other keyboard. casted by TaToH and Jordan, or like micro scenario, Liereyy against Doubt. We could maybe squeeze something in, like me against T90 or something. Casted by Doubt. But Doubt needs to qualify first. Keep tuned to see about that. Will you vlog NAC events other than the games? Well, we will have 12 hours of content per day. And it's only like so many games we can cast. So in between games, there's a lot of stuff happening. And I'm uploading stuff on my YouTube like I did last time. Risky Dice going for the second pawn. So is Daniel. So lovely play by both of them. That's all secured for now. We saw a stable even. So 3 on what? Why are we seeing stables from both? What am I? I'm really just showing you stuff without even realizing how heavily they're misplaying. Why are we having 5 villagers on gold and 3 villagers on gold? And are going on stables for both players. That's weird. Well, maybe we are contesting water pretty soon. Doubt's coming around. Not having enough spearmen at the moment. More caster side tournament than NAC would be nice. No, the whole tournament doesn't really make sense. Well, we could do like best of 1 single elimination or something. So that's 3 games. Oh no, Memp is there as well. So 5 people. Yeah. Well, not sure. I think the whole tournament is just too much. We only have limited amount of time, right? It feels like weird because we are there 9 days. Okay, let's take a look. First engagement here should be getting some villagers. 1 villager against 1 scout. An okay trade for Risky Dice. Had 2 villagers, very low NSP here. Third one at reasonable amount. Would have maybe gone for something. And Risky Dice, he did even go for the galley. To do 1v3 against Mem, Zero and Killer B. I would lose that heavily. Like, it's not even close. Not even close. And we only have 2 PCs. Oh, we actually have 3 PCs. So we could do some 2v1 action as well. So maybe like... what could we do? Well, we can think about that later. Maybe... T90 and Zach against Viper or something? We had no one to cast then though. So it had to be only Viper's Puff. Well, we will see. If I will talk to players, we will see if we do a fun day. And if we ever do a fun day, I will open another thread to open up for suggestions. And then we will pick something. But guys, it's still 4 months ahead. These walls, yeah, it's so many walls, guys. I'm not even casting this game properly. And we have a lot of spearmen running around. Trying to defend here. And those galleys, well, they will just die. To the fire galley. Scouts aren't doing much. Love Twiggy. Seems to be doing quite some tough. And Dr. Flabby Pants with the 500 biddies. Thanks for that. You know what goes good with AOC games? Beethoven Piano Concerto. Ah, someone here in from the other day where I played Beethoven in between every game last time. Casters with this Viper, casters would have cast while playing. Well, not really. Exclamation mark brackets will help you out indeed. WBro now for both players. 1 villager ahead is Daniel, which isn't too important because we have 16 against 11 fishing ship. Those galleys are helping out a bit more. Now going for another dock. This looks good for Daniel, if you ask me. Castle Age, what will we see? Malians. Well, he should have a good boom. We'll go for knights here for sure. Should be floating in quite some gold for Mr. Risky Dice. And that will be mass archers now. Oh god, look at those walls, guys. Oh, Daniel. Okay. Well, he wants to control a lot of the map, as it seems. And those are 7 scouts, though, against 5 scouts to spearmen. I think that's a fight that Daniel could win. But first of all, he needs to engage. Oh, but 3 spearmen are now coming over. 3 spearmen are now coming over and joining the fray, trying to wall in the scout, even abusing that there was a palm forestry around. So nice move there. 1 spearman down, and let's see if Risky Dice can do more damage. Lost 2 scouts, and meanwhile trading it off against only 1 spearman. What are we seeing in water? Some more engagement. Ay. How did he let that happen? Big galleys. Sloppy play. No bloodlines against bloodlines. He's moving in without patrol. Just right click there. And that was a lot of hits. Oh god, and they're on stand ground as well. The spearmen aren't really helping out. That was horrible for Mr. Risky Dice. Who's going for bloodlines. Will go for mass knights. Let's take a look. I'm surprised that we see a full out. Oh god, and he's walling this again. I really love how he's playing this. Big demo hit here at the side. Still attacking the dog? No, they're not. Looks like this should go in favor of Daniel, and he still has 2 dogs against only 1 dog. So should be his win. 3 scouts, somewhat active. Bloodlines flying in. Crossbowman upgrade as well. Could go for some damage. I think he would just get cleared up. I want to see a 3rd archer range. And maybe mass CA as an option. Now moving out with his crossbows. I think they won't do too much damage though. Why did he go for galleys? Well, if you have galleys, you can actually prevent the dock from going up. You just had them mispositioned. If you have a fire galley, he still can get the dock up and you cannot reach the villager. So galley is better if you have the pawn control. If you have to fight, fire galleys are better. So there's a spot for everything. Siege workshop now by Risky Dice. Is that really necessary? I think going +2 knights could have done the job as well. Want to see here, added here at the gold. Defense for those, and CA on the way. 3rd archer rangers as I requested. Lovely stuff. You see here at the side, we see a 3rd TC from Daniel. Not yet. Those weird walls, man. Okay, now CA are shown. Crossbows. I believe they are losing this fight. Oh, it was no +2 yet. Okay, that's surprising to me. Didn't go on gold enough. Oh, he had those villagers very early on gold. And therefore I had gold floating. Maybe felt, okay, I don't need more. But then he's investing into some and suddenly only had like 8 on gold. He's now getting pushed here as well. That's why he's building the market. Balance his eco a bit better. Feels like Daniel can't do too much at the moment. 11 more villagers though. Fishing ship count at the... yeah. Same amount at the moment. Crossbows. Oh god, they're getting out just in time. Can't really tell who is winning this fight. Feels like, oh, okay, now I know. Okay, now I know. It is Mr. Risky Dice. And, well, see, I have to go back. Attacking husbandry. Trying to get even up to archer range number 4. That was a pretty nice shot. Surprised that we aren't seeing another TC though. Maybe over here could be a nice spot. +2 defense and husbandry on the tech research bar for Risky Dice, who's repairing his mangonel after he killed that CA. Cleared up those as well. Looks pretty fine for him. 9 villagers behind now. I was confused before with the villager count, but that was probably idle fishing ship. Those are listed as villagers for a small time. 3 pawns to 1. Has to be the better eco for Mr. Daniel by quite a bit. Roughly 10, or well, roughly 20 villagers and fishing ship combined at. For archer ranges, do I have ballistics? No, I don't even see university this far. 30 HP still on that mangonel. 3 more slices for the knight needed. And he's not really abusing multi-Q properly. Look at that. Doing up here, not in the other ones. It should be played with multi-Q though. But I'm in standard. walls. He's coming up with those walls. Oh, is he really trying to split off? Will eat a big shot again. Now coming in from the side. Those were heard from before. So the Magnets are going down for sure. But not before doing some damage to the CA. Pikeman or Spearman helping out as well. And now those CA, they will do a lot of damage. Seconds? Stable at it. So Daniel, he is going for a big castle attack. Love to see the addition of some monks. Some more camels as well here. And well, that villager is just dying easily now. Kind of walling herself in for the greater good. Third stable. So we will see massive castle age attacks here. 8 villager. Oh, only the difference. Oh, that's... Where's the 30C? Huh? You don't have a market. Where's the 30C? Am I confused? Oh, it's on the outside. Okay. Oh, and those CA need to go back. Only now ballistic. I think you should have gone for ballistic before you went for force archery range. But now on the hill, and I think those camels are trapped. Uh-oh, I feel like our Japanese player will lose all his camels here. Yeah, he is taking a reasonable engagement against all of those CA. Would have loved to see some microing back here. But he will go down and lose every single camel. At least he should be if ballistics finished a bit earlier. Military count now 23 to 11. That's obviously bit off because we still have some water army. So always discount 5. So let's say 14 to 26 land army here. But camels will do a solid job, even a conversion of the knight here. Exchange for the monk. You guys will take this. Forging now. Maybe pike push could even be an option. Siege workshop now from Daniel, who isn't microing too well. I'm not sure how good the ping is between USA and... Oh god, he's moving in completely there. That was a misclick for sure. Maybe wanted to right click and then got a lot of hits against him. Those camels are doing way more damage than they should. One conversion against the CA, even something we don't see too often. Oi, oi, oi. Intense game. Villager count, somewhat even. Horse color. Oi, oi, oi. Well, only two farms yet, so probably had a good time. I thought about like, that's too late. But if you only have 2 farms, that's completely okay. This guy has way more though there, but pawn difference is still 3 to 1, and you see even the starting pawns aren't really fished to the end. Now, fishing traps added, so 715 food exchange, 100 wood and some time. And what did I say? I want to see a pikeman push, and Daniel delivers. Adding a barracks now, and he will really pressure. Is going for the ram attack here in Castle Age, and camels won't perform well against a ram pikeman push. And that's even 3 barracks here. We have 4 archery ranges working, and is that a 4th barrack as well? So full on Castle Age attack from Mr. Daniel here. What does Risky Dice have to counter that? One now, monks, mangonels, and camels. And whoa, that's another not so great engagement by Daniel. He took some bad fights. Those camels are doing way more damage than I thought they would. But oh, might be overstaying again. The numbers are just really nice for Daniel. Military count, look at that. Now in the 40s against only 8. Mangonels have to go back. Any ideas what Risky Dice go to into transition? Well, he doesn't have enough stone here to build a defensive castle. Maybe pikeman with an extra 2 defense upgrade against the CA. Pikeman Mangonel could have been an option. Camels won't do anything here. And now the rams are pushing down. Military count just brutal. Malians, remember, they could have formed okay-ish. The pikeman against the CA. Mangonels around, defended, hold, and try to defend. TC is going down, and with it potentially 13 villagers. Tries to go for another gold spot over here. Knights are closing down the distance. And yeah, military. What is this? 3 military? This game is over. This reminds me of game number 1, where it was long over. Daniel now with an incredible population lead again, 170 against 100. And Risky Dice, well, maybe